That was done earlier. Materials that was sent earlier. Criteria for grading and sequencing the material of a syllabus. Okay, so grading content. Grading content, that means naturally in a syllabus there will be so many contents, okay, and which will come first, which will come last, which will be in the middle, that would be selected, and that is called grading of the content. And items in a grammatical syllabus are graded largely according to whether they are easy or difficult. Okay. So what type of content it is, whether it is easy or difficult. Okay. For a grammatical syllabus, from easy to difficult. Just like that, if you put the difficult item first, the students or the learner might feel afraid. Okay. And for this reason, traditionally it is, that is the easy item will come first, that means grading at the first position or of the syllabus, and gradually difficult and more difficult. And that difficulty is defined in grammatical terms. We also saw that grammatical difficulty is not necessarily the same as the learning difficulty. There are two kinds of learning difficulty. That means our topic may be easy for others or may be tough for others. That is called the learning difficulty. Learning difficulty, if a class is consisted of 40 students, one item will not be easy for all and one item will not be tough for all. Okay. So some items will be easy for some students and some items will be tough for some students. Okay, that is the learning difficulty. But in case of grading content of a syllabus, you have to select easy in terms of the grammatical item. Okay, not the learning difficulty. Learning difficulty between two students, there might have some differences. Okay, one students may understand that thing quite quickly. Some other students may be slower in case of learning a thing. That is called learning difficulty. But grading content, we have to select the item from easy to difficult on the basis of the grammatical points. Okay. That is the questions. Okay. And there is an example, and these two examples, these are taken from the two books, Cambridge English and Checkpoint English. Okay, look here. The two lists which follow set out the order, grading and order in which verb and tense form appear in two popular course books. What are the course books name? Cambridge English and Checkpoint English. First case, present of be, singular, and then present of be, plural, have got, there is or there are, simple present, was, were. Okay, they start with the present tense and then they went to the past tense and other form, introductory, there and other form. Okay, and then have got, be contrasted with have, simple past. And the study portion, this section focus on grammatical item other than verb tense. Okay, so the two start, that is these are the study items. And Checkpoint English, be present affirmative, be present interrogative and negative, be negative interrogative, and there is or are. Okay, so here present of be in that second book, Checkpoint English, the present affirmative, present interrogative. Okay, that means the detailed description, okay, of the present form, affirmative, negative, negation, and negative interrogative, etc. And there is and there are, that is the chronologically set. And look here, in regular past, simple, present, progressive, affirmative, negative, regular past. So these are the items you can create and select the syllabus you are making or you are designing. Okay. How much agreement is there between these two course book on the order of presentation of verb and tense forms? Okay, so that is a question. Okay, is this okay or not? Okay, so you can see the content, that is which one is easy, and if you think that one item is left, one item should be included. Okay, that is asked in your syllabus. Everybody put the mobile phone in back list. So in that item, that means these are the things that are included in Cambridge book and in Checkpoint English. Okay, and it is asked that you have to consult which one should be included or if it is okay or not. That is just you have to gather the idea after getting this. What conclusion would you come to about the level of each or difficulty or different verb and tense forms? Okay, so again, that's is there any difficult or verb forms or other portion of these two items, Cambridge English and Checkpoint English? List and compare the ordering of the other grammatical item in the course books such as Checkpoint English and the Cambridge English course and compulsory contemporary English. What similarities and differences are there? Okay, that is the in this. What generalization would you make about these ease and difficulty or different grammatical items? So this all things are about these questions. Okay. First thing, we have said that content of a syllabus will be grading according to easy to difficult. Okay, and easy to difficult, that is not the learning difficulty, that would be the difficulty of the items, that is the grammatical items. Then we have seen these two items, two books. Okay, and after watching to the books, it is asked that you can check whether this item are okay or not. If it is not okay, you can say that yes, some items should be included there. Okay. And we'll looked at the work of the several researchers in the field of SLA. This researcher claimed that the order in which learners actually acquire grammatical items is very often different from the order of difficulty suggested by the linguists. Researchers such as Pineman and Johnston claim that it is the learning difficulty determined by such things as short-term memory rather than grammatical difficulty, which determines those items students will be capable of learning as a different stage. So actually some researcher, they said that yes, the items should be included according to the difficulty, learning difficulty. Some researcher, they said that items should be included from the items whether this is easy or not. কেউ কেউ বলছে যে আসলে লার্নিং ডিফিকাল্টির উপরে স্টুডেন্টদের এটা বুঝতে অসুবিধা হতে পারে, হ্যাঁ, এই জন্য সিলেক্ট করা উচিত। আবার কেউ কেউ বলছে যে না, গ্রামাটিক্যাল পয়েন্টের উপরে ভিত্তি করেই এই সিলেকশনগুলো করা উচিত, যেটা বলছেন হচ্ছে পাইনম্যান অ্যান্ড জনস্টন। ওকে, দ্যাট ক্লিয়ার। Pineman and Johnston's theories predict that learners will acquire questions forms in the order in which they are listed below. Okay, that means easy item should come forward. What is the definition of tense? In such a way you can teach tense, but again by asking some question you can also teach them tense. Okay, so the item here you see that what's the time, that means what's your name, that means all questions are asked, that means students are asked this question, what's the time, that means you will answer it is. Okay, it's 10 o'clock, it's 2 p.m. That means you are answering in present tense. Okay, so the intention is that you are in a position to teach tense. Then you can put this question in such a way: what's the time? What's your name? How do you spell X? Okay, you said my name is Farhana. Okay, so you can say, how do you spell? Is there any Farhana? Yeah, how do you spell that? Okay, how do you spell? How do you spell X? Okay, আপনি বললেন যে মাই নেম ইজ কি ফারহানা, তখন বলল যে আপনি এটা কিভাবে বানান করেন, এটার বানানটা কি, স্পেলিংটা কি, এটার ইংরেজিটা কি, হাউ ডু ইউ স্পেল ফারহানা, how do you spell that, how do you spell your name. Again the question is asked in present tense. Okay, put your hand out of your cheeks. মাথা থেকে হাত নামান. Are you tired? না, এটা কোশ্চেন এখানে. Have you got an X? Would you like an X? Where are you from? Look here. Some of you will say, if I ask you, excuse me, if I ask you, where are you from? You say, I am from কি মেয়েদের হলের নাম, কেউ বলবেন যে I am from লক্ষ্মীপুর. ওকে, লক্ষ্মীপুর ম্যাচে থাকেন, কিন্তু নো. সো লক্ষ্মীপুর আর বাজার এক না, তাহলে পাতলা খান বলেন. So whenever you will be asked where are you from, it indicates that I want to know your birthplace. Where are you from? So in that case you can't say that yes, I am from Patnitala. I am from Patnitala. যদি বলেন যে I am from Dhaka, that means আপনি যে থানাতে জন্মগ্রহণ করেছেন সেই থানার নাম বলতে সবাই চিনবেন, তাহলে বলতে হবে I am from Dhaka, district names. But if you go abroad and if anybody asks you where are you from, you say that I am from Chittagong. Oh, where it is. In that case you have to tell the name of your country. Okay, so if you are in a position to teach tense, that item can be included in such a way according to the questions. Do you like that? Do you like this pen? Do you like this room? Etc. Okay. And compare this. Sorry, what happened? Compare this order with the order in which the item are taught in the course book. You have examined what similarities and differences are there. Okay, would you be desirable to do so? If you think it undesirable, give your reason. Okay, so again, after putting these questions, some question is asked. The following list of functions have been taken from the syllabus guide to English today, book 1 to 3. Okay, so in case of book 1 you will see communicative functions, greetings, response to greetings, farewell. That is the item. In book 1 these things are included: communicative functions, greetings, introducing themselves, asking and telling the time, counting up to 12, saying the letters of the alphabet and spelling throughout, identifying and describing simple objects, Identifying and describing the simple objects. Can you describe this? কে এটা describe করতে পারে? The simple description. Simply, yeah, it's a microphone. It's nearly 7 or 8 inches long length. It has three different colors: black, blue, silver. Okay. So the simple description. If I ask you to describe this microphone, and if students engage in describing this simple item, by describing this simple item, you can also teach tense or some other items. Okay, so describing items, simple description of themselves and others, simple descriptions, questions and answers about personal possessions. Okay, any questions? Okay, what do you have in your reading room? Sir, our reading room is not. What do you have in your kitchen? What are the items you find you choose in your backpack, the vanity bag? What are the items you put naturally? Okay. So asking what the things are in English, asking a person's name and making simple inquiries, expressing thanks, responding to instructions throughout, giving instructions, inability to respond, and asking for information. Okay, so asking for information. Okay, আমি রায়সা বাজার কিভাবে যাব, এটা ইংরেজিতে কি হবে? আপনি ঢাকাতে প্রথম আসছেন, জগন্নাথে আসছেন, এখান থেকে আপনি রায়সা বাজার যাবেন, ইংরেজিতে কাউকে জিজ্ঞাসা করছেন, মনে করেন এখানে কেউ বাংলা জানে না, কিভাবে জিজ্ঞেস করবেন? হাউ অপরিচিতকে বলতে হয় মে, নট ক্যান। যদি পরিচিত তাদেরকে বলতে হয় ক্যান। হাউ মে আই go to Raisha Bazaar? Good, that's okay. But that expression can also be expressed in different way. How may I get to? How may I get to? How may I get to Patlakhan? সেটাও হয় how may I reach there? Raisha Bazaar. Okay, so that is the asking for information. Okay, so in case in that item, this book 1, these items are selected, and introducing or teaching these items, you can also teach students the desired things you can put. In book 2, communicated functions will be there, and also greeting, response, farewell, and introducing yourself, asking and giving the time, counting, saying the letters of the alphabet. In the right side, what people are doing. What people are doing. I think that we book here for this thing as it 56, 76, 77. Asking and answering questions about location. That I have said it a little bit earlier. Location. How can you locate something? Okay. Where may I purchase the medicine? Is there any medicine shop near here? Okay. You can ask someone. Okay. So if anybody asks you that is there any medicine shop near here, then you can say that yes. আপনি জগন্নাথ ইউনিভার্সিটির গেট থেকে বের হবেন, তারপরে বামে মোড় নেবেন, মোড় নিয়ে অনেকগুলো বাস দাঁড়িয়ে আছে, বাসের মাঝখান দিয়ে গোল দিয়ে বের হবেন, তারপরে দেখবেন হচ্ছে মেডিসিন শপ। আর এটাকে আপনি ইংরেজিতে কিভাবে বলবেন? তো get out from the Jagannath University main entrance and then turn left, go quickly through the buses, and in front of you will see several medicine shops. So asking information and location, and then after that you will be putting some information. So asking location, asking and answering questions about locations, personal position, asking what are things in English. So that is the book 2. And giving instruction of and book sorry, book 3 is a little bit different. Communicative functions, greeting, response, other things are there. Okay, and recognizing common signs. Okay, look here, recognizing common signs. Okay, if you there are some several load sign. Okay, there are some microphone cross developed. What does this signal, what does this sign mean? And then second hold no initiate. Okay, then there are some signs. See, in the road there is a zebra crossing. What does it mean? That means this is the priority for the passersby. পথযাত্রীদের হচ্ছে পার হওয়ার জায়গা. So these are the signs. Recognizing common signs. English names of important places. English name of important. Making and responding to an apology. Okay, so these are the things in case of English 1, 2. So we started in such a way, that means how the content of a syllabus should be graded and sequence. Which one will come first and which one will come last. Okay, so here in this book 1 and 2 and 3 we have seen several items. So that means recognizing common signs, that is not at the top of this book 3, rather it is on the last portions of this book. এটা প্রথমে আসে নাই. Okay, প্রথমে এসেছে greetings, good morning, good afternoon. Okay, the greetings. In case of book 1, communicative functions, they started. In case of book 2, communicative functions. Book 3, communicative functions. Look here. So they start with the hi, hello, like this. That means communication, greetings. Good morning. How do you do? How do you do? What was your day today? How was your exam today? How was your journey today? Okay. How is your father today? Most probably, the parents. Greetings. How is your father today? আজকে আপনার বাবা কেমন আছে? কি হবে? How is your mother today? How is your father today? Okay, so that means book 1, 2 and 3, that 3 books have started with the common greetings, and gradually the items are increased. That means easy to difficult. What evidence is there of grading throughout the series? What principles seem to have informed the selection and the grading of the items? For example, has grading been influenced by the linguistic, cognitive, maturational and practical considerations? Okay, so these items actually how we will understand that this item is easy or difficult? That question can be answered by analyzing the content linguistically, cognitively, maturationally and practical considerations. Okay? So if you start with the tough questions, okay, then the students will not be easy in case of answering the tough question initially of a book or of a course or of a syllabus. Okay, so that is grading of the content of a syllabus should be according to linguistic, cognitive, maturational or practical considerations. Okay, that means if you teach at university level, then of course the initial stage or the information is not so easy. If you teach at school level, the item would be easy. And if you study in college level, if you teach in college level, then the item would be a big intermediate level. Okay, that is called practical consideration. Okay, so considering the practical aspect and context, you have to select the item, whether you are teaching at universities or college or schools. Okay, that is the thing. As we have seen, the issue of grading is a critical one. So we have seen that issue of grading is a critical one, and one which will be taken up against 8 and 9. So we have now looked at the selection, grading and integration of structural, functional and notional contents. In previous class we have also discussed this, that is structural, functional and notional content or notional syllabus. And here we are to explore the ways in which content selection and grading is conventionally dealt with, and to provide you with the skill you need to examine and criticize the selection of grading of content in your own syllabuses. Okay, so understanding the practical things of the class you are teaching, understanding the students' level, understanding the cognitive level of the students, you have to select the items, you have to grade the items, and that grading is very important for actual teaching or actual understanding of the class. Okay, and we shall now reconsider those issues raised in the section 1 that relate to the selection of the grading of the learning text and activities. In particular, we shall look at examples and the applications of the ideas presented. Okay, we will not read that. We examined the desirability of the relating classroom activities of the syllabus, goals, objectives, that courses, programs derived from the syllabuses have an overall coherence of purpose. Failure to provide links between goals, content and learning activities can lead to a situation in which the desired outcomes of a program are contradicted at the classroom level. Okay, as Abdus has pointed out that it is perfectly possible for a notional syllabus to be implemented by the methodology which promotes mechanistic habit formation and in effect is focused on grammar, and conversely for a grammatical syllabus to be analyzed by a methodology which develops a genuine capacity of communications. That is the Abdus's idea. Okay, so participate in conversation related to the pursuit of the common activities with others, obtain goods and services through conversation and correspondence, establish and maintain relationship through exchanging information, ideas, opinions, attitude, feelings and experience and plans, make social arrangements, solve problems and come to the conclusion together, discuss topic of interest. Okay, so you can instruction should be enabled to learners too. That means you can also contract this, you can also follow these items, how you can grade the content, discuss topics of interest, search for specific information for a given purpose, process it, use it in some way, listen to or read information, process it and use it in some way, give information in a spoken or written form on the basis of the personal experience, listen to or read or view a story, poem, play, pictures, etc. and respond to it personally in some way. Okay, so there are some other items. Matches of the following groups of the classroom activities with one of the above goals statements. Find the cheapest way to get from A to B from travel brochures. Okay. Cheapest way. Okay, so you in many countries you will see that there are some travel app. Okay, if you put over there from which location you want to go some other location, in that case they will show you bus, train, bicycle and some other way. Okay, so the question is that find the cheapest way you can go over there. It is by train or by bus. Listen to airport announcement to find out when one's plane leaves and from which gate. Okay, যদিও এয়ারপোর্টে এটা অ্যানাউন্স করা হয় না, ট্রেন স্টেশনে করা হয়। ট্রেন স্টেশনে বলা হয় যে কোন প্ল্যাটফর্ম থেকে কোন ট্রেন চলে যাবে। বাংলাদেশের ক্ষেত্রে এটা বাংলায় বলা হয়, কিন্তু অন্য জায়গায় তো সেটা কি বলা হয় ইংরেজিতে। লিসেন টু এয়ারপোর্ট অ্যানাউন্সমেন্ট টু ফাইন্ড আউট when one's plane leaves and from which gate. Listen to alternative ways to making a particular dish and discuss them with a friend. Read a news item and discuss it with someone. News item, every item you can select, pick up item from a newspaper, daily newspaper, and then you can discuss it with somebody else. Read an article and summarize it. Listen to a lecture and make notes on it. Okay, so these are the process you can follow in your syllabus or in your list. C. Write a letter inviting someone to a party. কতদিন চিঠি লেখি নাই, ফোনেই তো দাওয়াত দেওয়া যায়, চিঠি লেখার কি দরকার, তাই না? কিন্তু এটা হচ্ছে সিলেবাসে থাকে অনেক সময়। Determine with someone how best to get from A to B. Choose with someone which present to buy someone for her birthday. Choose with someone who is present to buy someone for her birthday. Make a model, lay a table, choose something, play a game of some sort. Greet people, exchange personal information, discuss one's hobbies, narrate a recent experience, write a letter to a friend, discuss the latest news, discuss population in the atmosphere. Okay, so give a talk. কোনো বিষয়ে কি করা, give a talk মানে কি? বক্তৃতা দাও। give a talk মানে কি? বক্তৃতা দাও, কোনো একটা টপিকের উপরে বক্তৃতা দাও। give a talk, write a report, keep a diary. ডায়েরি তো আছে, keep a diary মানে কি? ডায়েরি তো আছে, রেখে দিয়েছি নাকি? keep a diary মানে হলো আপনি হলো 7 দিন প্রতিদিন 1 ঘন্টা করে লিখবেন। মনে করেন রাত্রে ঘুমাতে যাওয়ার আগে আধা ঘন্টা সারাদিনে কি করলেন সবগুলো লিখবেন। এটাকে বলা হয় কি, কিপ আ ডায়েরি। হ্যাঁ, অনেকে লেখে, কিন্তু এখন মানুষ এত ব্যস্ত হয়ে গিয়েছে যে ডায়েরি লেখার সময় নেই। অবশ্য আপনারা মোবাইল ডায়েরিতে না লিখে নোটপ্যাডেও লিখতে পারেন মোবাইল। ওকে, কিপ আ ডায়েরি, record a set of instruction on how to do something, fill in a form, buy food, get a meal, get accommodation in a hotel, hire a car. হ্যাঁ, রিক্সাতে আপনি হাঁটতে পারবেন, হাঁটা দ্রুত যেতে পারবেন, কিন্তু অনেক দূরে যেতে হলে আপনার হায়ার গাড়ি হায়ার করতে হবে। ওকে, get information about sightseeing. Suppose you are planning to go to Comilla, okay, so you can ask someone else that what are the important places we can visit over there in Comilla. That is, get information about sightseeing. Write some information about holidays. Okay, write some information about holidays. You can make a phone call to the university register or someone else, that is, what would be the holidays, when, and in such a way you can get the information. Read a story and discuss it with a friend. Do the goal statements represent useful headings and are they redundant? Redundant means একটাই ঘটনা বারে বারে এসছে কিনা। এই যে আইটেমগুলো আমরা পড়লাম এই সবগুলোর মধ্যে কোনো বলছে কিনা একটা রিপিট হয়েছে কিনা। What purpose, if any, is served by grouping learning tasks or activities under goal statements such as those above? Okay. So we looked at the advantages and disadvantages of specifying objectives in performance terms. It was suggested by some syllabus designer that performance objectives could be useful in certain types of syllabus design because they provided a specific of what learners should be able to do as a result of instruction. The objectives can be specified either in a real world or the classroom items and can provide a link between this and this. Okay, so these are the things of grading and sequencing a syllabus. Okay, so a syllabus, of course, the important items. Students view it as a recipe book. A well-constructed syllabus serves to invite students into the course, establish a clear agreement between the instruction students and logistic information and others. And the key component of a syllabus typically include learning objectives and clearly states the students should gain from the course and why these skills and knowledge are important. It also outlines the course's goals, rationale, explaining how it fits into the overall syllabus. Basic information such as course name, meeting times, instructor contact details, office hour, essential, and the syllabus details, the course content, including a schedule of topics, meeting dates, any holidays, providing a clear overview of the syllabus. Okay, so the grading method is explicitly stated, outlining the assessment process and how grades will be determined. Finally, the syllabus lists required materials such as textbooks, headings, explains how to access them, including any relevant instructional technologies or additional resources like study groups. That is the grading. Transparency is the key in syllabus design. Sharing the assumption and expectation that shaped the course provide students with the valuable insights into the instructional approach, whether that is consciously or not. Okay, so that is the several kinds of learner-centered syllabus will be there, and communicative syllabus will be there, and so a syllabus is a multifaceted document, and our content, today's content is that is grading and criteria for selecting and sequencing the contents. That means what we have understood. To conclude that there are several items in a syllabus, and the items of a syllabus should be graded according to easy to difficult. Okay, and but considering the context, considering the cognitive level of the students, considering the practical things of the class you are teaching, considering the grammatical items, you can also grade and sequence the items of a syllabus. And if the syllabus is graded and sequenced well, that can be helpful for better understanding and for better teaching for the students. Okay.